With the keys to their new apartment in hand, Ilian felt a sense of belonging, but a new challenge loomed. While his workplace operated in English, daily life in Germany required more than just a friendly Guten Tag. He looked at Mika, who was already picking up words from the neighborhood children. "To truly make this our home, Mika, I need to master the language," Ilian said. He knew that finding the right course was the next essential step in their journey of integration. Ilian began his search by researching the different types of courses available. He discovered that the integration course, was the most comprehensive option, covering both the German language and Orientierungskurs regarding local history and culture. He sat with Mika at the laptop, looking through the websites of various Volkshochschulen, adult education centers, and private language schools, comparing their locations and schedules to fit his busy work life. Ilian's neighbor Saskia dropped by with a plate of cookies to welcome them to the building. When Ilian mentioned his search, she gave him a vital tip. "Check if you are eligible for a Berechtigungsschein, an entitlement certificate," she suggested. She explained that the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees, BAMF, often subsidizes courses for residents, making them much more affordable. Ilian realized that navigating the bureaucracy was just as important as learning the grammar. Following Saskia's advice, Ilian made an appointment at a local migration counseling center. There he met Lotte, a counselor who helped newcomers navigate the registration process. Lotte reviewed Ilian's residence permit and work contract. She helped him fill out the application for the subsidized course, explaining that once approved, he would receive a voucher that he could take to any certified language school in the city. A week later, the official voucher arrived in the mail. Ilian and Mika headed to the nearest Volkshochschule to register. The building was a hive of activity, with people from all over the world gathered in the lobby. Ilian felt a surge of excitement. He wasn't alone in this challenge. He held Mika's hand tightly as they walked toward the reception desk, the Berechtigungsschein tucked safely in his folder. Before he could join a class, Ilian had to take an Einstufungstest, a placement test. He met Jürgen, one of the school's instructors, in a quiet classroom. Jürgen conducted a short interview to assess Ilian's speaking skills and then gave him a written test to determine his knowledge of grammar and vocabulary. "Don't worry," Jürgen said kindly. "The goal is to find the niveau, the level that is exactly right for you, from A1 to B1. After the test, Jürgen sat down with Ilian to discuss the results. Based on his previous self-study, Ilian was placed in an Abendkurs, evening course, at the A2 level. Ilian and Mika looked at the schedule together. The course would meet 3 nights a week. It would be a demanding schedule after a full day of work. But Ilian knew the effort would be worth it to communicate more deeply with his neighbors and colleagues. The next stop was the local bookstore to buy the required Lehrbuch and Arbeitsbuch, the textbook and workbook. Ilian and Mika wandered through the aisles of the stationery section. Ilian picked out a sturdy binder and a set of highlighters, while Mika chose a pack of colorful pens. Ilian felt like a student again, the weight of the books in his bag representing the new knowledge he was about to gain. On the first evening of class, Ilian arrived a few minutes early. He took a seat next to Navin, a man from a different country who worked as an engineer. They struck up a conversation in a mix of broken German and English. Navin shared his own struggles with the der, die, das articles. Ilian realized that the language school wasn't just a place to learn words. It was a place to build a community of friends who shared the same journey. When Ilian returned home that night, Mika was waiting up for him. Ilian dropped his bag and gave Mika a high five. "Ich bin zu Hause," Ilian said. "I am home." Mika giggled and repeated the phrase. As they sat together, Ilian realized that every verb conjugated and every noun memorized was a new thread, weaving them into the fabric of their new city. He had the keys to the apartment, and now he was finally gaining the keys to the culture.